Now let's just talk about the next way to do it. We need this aim event, but this one, let's just sit in there and disconnect this. Okay, everything cool with that. Now we run, we don't have the option for zoom, right? So now what I'm going to do, I want to change the position of the camera for when we are aiming. Okay, we can do that, right? Because this is a camera and it has some position, right? So let's just save that position. We can just save this position. You can see this is locally. We can right click and copy it so we have it in the clipboard, right? And now we can just zoom like this. Okay, we zoom. We change the position of the camera. Now you can see again it's like that without changing the field of view. Everything cool? No, we want to change the position of the camera whenever we hold right mouse button, right? So the easiest way to do it is to use variables. And if we create a variable in here, you can see if we click in here, there is a lot of variable type in here. And the one that we need is a vector. And the vector is exactly the position, can store a position, okay? So now let's just change the variable type to vector and let's just click on it and change the name. This one is for when we are not zoomed. So I want to call it unaimed. I know you can call it better, but I'm not good at naming things. So this is for unaimed. So now if we again create another one for when we aiming. So aim, okay? And we want it to be a type of vector. And now again, if you click on the camera right now, if you play, you can see it's in the zoom mode. Now we are zooming, right? We are aimed. So now I want to again copy the position, these three value, copy it and paste it for the aimed value. When we click on the aimed value, we can just change the default value in here. And if you don't see this default value, just compile your character class by clicking on compile, and after that you will see this. So right click in here and paste it in here and all the value will be there. And now for the unaimed, okay? For unaimed, let's just find the best position for when we are not aiming. So let's just bring it back again to see if it's okay or not. And I think that's good. So let's just copy the position for when we are not aiming. So for unaimed, okay? And when we click on it, we can just paste the value in here. Of course, you can just copy the values in here one by one and paste it in these sections, and you can hover over it. This is for X, this is for Y, and this is for Z. So everything cool with that. Now let's just go to event graph. I want to bring this up because I don't want to delete these. I want to change the position of our camera. So again, like before, we can get the camera and tell it to change the location, right? The location, and it will give us a lot of things. And the one that I want to use is not a set word location, because you know it that we copy the, let me show you, the copy of the relative location. Okay, when we copy this value, it is in relative location. So when we drag and drop from here and search for location, we want to set the relative location. Okay, now with that, we can just use this variable, and this one is for when we press the aim button or right mouse button, right? So when we hold right mouse button, it should go to aim. So let's just drag and drop this to here, get it and set it in here. This is one way to do it. Let's just hold Alt and click in here to delete it. Another way that is faster is just drag from the variable and put it in here. You can see the check mark in there and it will add it to there. Okay, it's easier to do it like this. Now we want this for when we are not aiming. So let's just again copy this, Control C, Control V to paste it here, for example. And when we release, we wanna use this unaimed variable on this new location of our camera, and it need a target, so we can use this camera in here. Of course, we could just grab the camera from here to here and connect it this way and disconnect the last one. Let's just connect it this way. I think it's easier to read this way. You should decide what you want to do. Both way is okay. So now let's just compile and run our game. Now it is unaimed, and if we hold right mouse button, it is aimed, right? But the problem in here is that we are not animating our camera. It's just instantly get to that location, that aimed location, right? We don't want that. Maybe you want it, but in this case, I don't want that. And in next video, I will show you how you can change the position of the camera slowly, not just snap to that aimed location. Okay.